Hi, it's Marla, and this is going to be a twofer review because instead of just doing one review of one lipstick and then refilming another review for a second lipstick, I'm going to do a review actually of two lipsticks I got at Sephora probably in the past, I would say, month or so. The first one is the Makeup Forever. And this Makeup Forever is, it comes in two varieties. This one is the Rouge Artist Natural. I know it also comes in the Rouge Artist Intense, but this one is the Rouge Artist Natural Makeup Forever. And also I'm going to do a review of the Sephora collection lipsticks also. And this is kind of a generic container, so it really doesn't tell me a lot on it other than the color, and I'll tell you that later. I already have lip butters that I really like, and I got a little, excuse me, I got like a little colic sticking up here in my head. Anyway, the reason I picked up the Makeup Forever is I really have some lip butter colors that I really like already, and I do like the Revlon Colorburst lip butters because they're inexpensive compared to a lot of the lipsticks that you get in department stores. They last fairly long on me. They don't have a horrid smell. I love the colors. I love the way they feel on my lips. They're very moisturizing. So there's really a lot of pluses to those lipsticks. However, I'm always on the search and the hunt for two things. One, skincare products, and another one is lipsticks for some strange reason. Even though I'm happy with my lipstick, I'm always searching for other lipsticks. So I recently purchased some skincare products from Sephora, and I got 4 samples in the mail from them. 2 were the Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Intense samples of lipstick, and the other 2 were the Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Natural samples. I definitely, personally, for myself, prefer the Rouge Artist Natural because I am mature. I guess that's a nice way of putting it. And rather than wrinkled and haggard. When you get older, the last thing you want to do is kind of focus, have all this focus on your lips with this really deep, bright colored lipsticks that people just kind of look at your lips and see every line around your lips, and then it kind of bleeds into all the lines around your lips. So I prefer more of a sheer lipstick, and I am actually wearing the Makeup Forever right now. This is the N11 in the natural. So this line to me was great. It gave me sheer coverage. It was very creamy, and for me, it feels very moisturizing. It really doesn't have it doesn't have a bad smell. It does though kind of have more of a cheaper department store smell, but I can kind of get over that because you don't really smell it once you put it on your lips. It's not like you taste it or anything like that. I mean, the only way you smell it is if you're doing what I'm doing and just sniffing it. So the smell kind of, to me, is not really that important. But the color I really do like of this, and it's very sheer. I wouldn't say it's crazy long lasting, and that probably is because, obviously it's not a stain or anything like that, so it's not going to stay on your lips all day, I don't think, without reapplying, especially if you're going to eat. I have gotten to the point now where I just refuse to eat without wiping my lipstick off first because I just think it's kind of gross to have, you're eating a sandwich and the next thing you take a bite out of it and then you look at it again, you have like all this lipstick all over that sandwich bread. That's kind of gross. So I normally wipe my lips off first before I eat, so I'm not eating chemicals. So I'm always going to have to reapply my lipstick, but for just the consistency and the feel of this really is, I just find to be a fabulous lipstick. And it's $19. Obviously, it's more expensive than drugstore products like my lip butters, but it is a lot less than the higher end lipsticks. So if you're looking for some great colors in more of a sheer, I don't remember if I swatched this or not. I'll do it for you right now. That's the color I'm wearing. It's N11. It's more of a, you can see it's very glossy and it's more of a strawberry color, very sheer and transparent. And if you really want to get a good look at these on my lips, if you go to my blog, which should be right above my head right now, I have swatches of this on my arm and I have it on my lips also, so you can kind of get a feel for what it looks like on lips. And I do show a picture of my bare lips so you can see how pigmented my lips are before I put the lipsticks on. But obviously if you're going to go and try these lipsticks out, you really want to go in the store and swatch them on your own skin to see which ones you would prefer and which ones go best with your skin tone. I think it's really tough to buy lipsticks on the internet without actually, you know, trying them on first. The second lipstick I'm going to talk to you about is the Sephora lipstick collection. And it comes in this, like I said, kind of a generic case. And inside the tube right here is where they kind of list the name of it. And it says it's Sephora Rouge Shine, and it's in number 2. The reason I got this one, I wouldn't say necessarily that if I was going to pick between the Sephora collection, which was $12, and the Makeup Forever collection, which was $19, when it comes to how I like the feel of them on my lips, I probably would still lean towards the Makeup Forever, just for the fact that it is sheer and moisturizing, but I don't feel it kind of bleeding as much as the Sephora. I just feel like the Sephora just kind of melts more. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's more of a melting lipstick. It's so creamy and moisturizing to me that it kind of just bleeds just a little bit on my lip. Now that could just be me, but for me personally, I prefer more the Makeup Forever. However, this color in the number 2, I really like, and let me show you something really funny. I have this Guerlain lipstick here, and this color is 164, and I actually show a swatch of this on my blog. I have this color, and I'm gonna put it on my hand, and for me personally, that sometimes is just even a little too dark for me. Like I said before, I have a lot of lines around my mouth, I have lines everywhere in my face, and I just don't like really bright lipsticks on me, so this color sometimes is just too bright for me, but I really love it because this Guerlain is just beautiful. I just love the way it goes on. It's just fabulous. In order to tone down some lipsticks that you don't like, I have found that the Sephora, the number 2 color, which I have right here, which is kind of a nude color, is a great color for toning down kind of bright lipsticks that you just kind of want to take down a couple notches. And I actually show on my blog what the Guerlain looks like on my lips alone, and then with the Sephora number 2 put over it. This Sephora alone though, this number 2, I do not care for alone, and there's a swatch of it down there below. It's very moisturizing and creamy, as you can see. But on my lips, it just kind of, I guess the best way to describe it is it's kind of milky. Is that like a way to describe a lipstick, milky? I don't know. It just seems like it just seems like it melts a lot. For example, I've had this Guerlain lipstick probably for 2 months now, 2 months. And I had this Sephora lipstick, and mind you, this Guerlain I put all over my lips first, and then I top it off with just kind of one little coat of the Sephora to kind of tone it down. But Guerlain for 2 months, Sephora for 2 weeks. It just is like the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz, you know, the unmelting. That's kind of what I feel like. If I would put this in my purse in the heat in the South, I would feel like I would come back to just a liquid gloss. So the only problem with this is, like I said, they have a really good selection of colors, and this is a great color for neutralizing a brighter lipstick color. However, I just feel like it melts a lot, and when I put it on my lips, I feel like it's bleeding, you know, down here and up here a little bit, on me anyway. Like I said, it may be worth a try because it is $12, and it's they do have a really good collection of colors in this. So that is my review of the Makeup Forever, the twofer, and the Sephora collection lipstick. Definitely try out the Makeup Forevers if you're looking for example, if you're looking for the sheer, look at the Rouge Artist Natural line. If you look like a more compact, darker, kind of opaque looking lip, then you're going to want to go look at the Intense. Hope that was a informative review for you, and I will be doing, probably my next review is going to be on the Edward Best bronzer. And you may say, Edward Best, who is that? And that's what I said at first until I did a little bit of research, and it's probably one of the best bronzers that I have ever found, and it's also great for contouring on my face, because I don't do a lot of bronzing on my face, because my face is already kind of golden and dark, and I don't necessarily want to make it look a lot darker. But this is really a great product for contouring. So that will probably be my next review coming out sometime next week. So hope you guys have a good weekend and take care. Bye-bye. I forgot to put one thing in the last review that I just did for the Sephora collection. The Rouge Shine lipsticks that I was talking to you about, the one that I got in #2, I don't know if it's just mine, but if you want to smell these before you purchase these, because these definitely have a very unique smell. Maybe the best description would be like a petrochemical smell. I don't know, but it's to me kind of bad. And even after I put it on my lips, it takes a little while for it to kind of go away. I can kind of almost smell it under my nose a little bit, and then it does subside and go away. But I honestly would not be purchasing probably another one of these. I may only, again, if I have to, purchase the #2 unless I can find another company that makes a color very similar to this one in order to do the cancellation of my Guerlain lipstick. But you really want to smell this before you order it online, because it does have a very strong smell. So I wanted to add that to the review I just did.